If you've ever walked across a freshly poured slab and noticed tiny, hair-thin lines, or spotted a thick, jagged crack running through a bridge support, you've seen the two most common types of concrete cracks, hairline and structural. Knowing the difference can literally make the difference between a cosmetic fix and a major safety risk. Let's start with hairline cracks. These are the super skinny ones, less than 0.1 millimeters wide, sometimes so fine you need a magnifying glass to spot them. Why do they happen? Usually it's just concrete being concrete. As it dries and cures, it shrinks a bit. Add in some temperature swings or a bit of uneven settling and you'll get these shallow, surface-level cracks. They don't go deep, maybe a millimeter or two, and they mostly stay the same over time. You'll often see them on new floors or walls, especially in those first few weeks after a pour. The good news? Hairline cracks are mostly cosmetic. They don't mess with the strength of the structure. If you're worried about water seeping in, maybe you live somewhere rainy like Hong Kong, a bit of concrete sealant usually does the trick. Otherwise, keep an eye on them, but don't lose sleep. Now let's talk structural cracks. These are the ones that demand real attention. Structural cracks are wider, usually a millimeter or more, and much deeper. Sometimes they slice straight through a wall, a column, or a beam. What causes them? It could be overloading, foundation problems, rusting rebar, or even bad design or construction practices. You'll know a structural crack when you see one. It might run diagonally across a beam or vertically up a column, sometimes even with concrete spalling off or steel exposed. Unlike hairline cracks, these get worse with time, and they reduce the building's strength. For example, if a bridge support shows a thick vertical crack after an earthquake, that's a red flag for immediate engineering assessment. So how do you tell them apart? Hairline cracks are shallow, thin, and stable. Structural cracks are wide, deep, and they grow. Use a crack gauge or even ultrasonic testing if you're not sure. And remember, cracks in load-bearing parts, always more serious than those in non-structural walls. In a city like Hong Kong where heavy rains and typhoons put concrete to the test, knowing what kind of crack you're dealing with is crucial. Hairline cracks? Keep an eye out, maybe seal them. Structural cracks? Get a pro in fast. Spot the difference and you'll keep your structures safe, strong, and standing for years to come.